he's just going to get his keys. So it's just me. Oh, so Natalie's here. And so we found these like little dinosaur shoes and these socks. So I'll show you the dinosaur shoes.
Hi guys, right, we're going to shut the door.
Really cute. And we got new and then
Right, I'm just going to shut it a minute. It's going to move now, so you're going to have to just keep talking, yeah?
So this is so it's like Converse.
So we're taking Yasmin. Where are we taking you, Yas?
Ballet.
Ballet. Let's get you. Let's go like that. A bit up a bit. Okay, you can still talk to them. Right,
I'm
we're
just
gonna.
putting her shoes back on. They're a preemie size. So it's a preemie size. It's let me see. A preemie size, and it's 6 to 12 months.
All right. So hi, Team Elvis. We're just gonna have a little drive. We're gonna take Yasmin to. Oh, you can't. Let's put this here. We're gonna take Yasmin to her ballet. It's a bit warm in here, so I'm just gonna open this window a little bit. We can't open you because.
Wait, I want to see what happens.
We can put the aircon on actually. Make it
But I want to see what happens if you put it down.
Well, no, because it might make it.
It won't. It won't
I'll
make
just
it.
do a little bit. Right, are you ready? Right, that's it. Then go back up.
Can I keep it like
Actually, you
that?
can keep it like that. That'll be alright. Okay, let's go. Right, guys. So, we are on Elvis Presley long lost footage. And we have posted a few things on here recently on Elvis Presley long lost footage. Oops, daisy, so we posted some. I think we posted some Memphis Mafia stuff, some Red West stuff, some Billy Smith stuff.
Daddy, put the window right down.
Okay, how are you? Ooh. That's quite funny. Right, you're still getting me, I think. Shh. Don't pull the glass, it'll shatter. You can't pull glass on cars. Right. So we haven't got far to go. It's about 10-ish minutes each way. Could be as long as 20 minutes, couldn't it? Yasmin's here as well.
Hello.
You can talk to them, Yas.
Natalie said to me.
Yeah, you can show them Natalie.
Hi guys. Point. Go at the red dot. No, the blue dot. She chose her outfit and she had a bath today because she had the explosive diarrhea.
What did she?
Yeah.
What's her name?
Natalie.
Natalie. Tell them more about her. How old is she?
So she's so she was born in January. She was born in January and now it's May. So February, March, and April. January, February, March, and April, May. She's 5 months old.
Got a few cars, guys. Got a few cars. Oh, that's a bit too low. Okay, we're going. We're off. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. If ever there was, there was, there was. Okay, guys. So another interesting day of live streams on the Defending Elvis channel. We run 3 channels. Defending Elvis, which is all about defending Elvis and Lisa Marie and the bloodline. We run Elvis Presley Fan on Keto, where we do discuss our health, what we eat, the carnivore diet, the keto diet, Dr. Ken Berry's advice. Dr. Ken Berry is my go-to doctor for carnivore advice, keto advice, and why the diet is so good. So we do that, and we are Elvis fans, which is why it's called Elvis Presley Fan on Keto. So we are in.
What about Defending Elvis?
We're in a yes. We have 3 channels now, don't we, Yas?
No, you don't.
Yeah, we do. Shall I tell you the name of them?
No, the family.
Oh yeah, we got 4.
The long lost footage.
Yes, long lost footage, which is what we're on now.
Defending Elvis.
Defending Elvis, yes.
Defending Elvis on Keto.
Yes. The keto one is called Elvis Presley Fan on Keto. So, obviously, Defending Elvis is the big channel, yeah. That's where we do the serious work, where we defend Elvis, Lisa and the bloodline. It's a very dramatic channel, very hot topics. We defend against the wrongdoing to Elvis and Lisa Marie and the bloodline from anybody. Fans, fake Elvis channels, fake Elvis fans, from family members, from ex-girlfriends, ex-wives, from the Memphis Mafia, from anybody that has wronged Elvis. We will discuss it, because we feel that Elvis needs to be defended. If Elvis has been unfairly treated for the last 40 odd years by people that he grew up with, people that are related to him, people that was his partner, his ex-wife. Priscilla is a big person that we defend Elvis, because she has done so many things to Elvis. So it's very important that we do. It's almost like, what would Elvis think? What would Elvis think? So the thing we think about Elvis, because he was such a kind man, is that he would want to be defended, but he would want it to be done in a kind way, and he'd want us to forgive. Do you think we should forgive, Yaz?
No.
Huh?
Why not say keep your distance?
What does it say?
It says keep your distance.
Keep your distance. Do you like that?
No.
So you know where I'm going with it all, guys. We can be very unpopular with our defending, but also we get a lot of support. It works both ways. It's good and bad, both sides of the coin. But ultimately, guys, we gotta forgive. Come on, we gotta forgive. Yasmin, should we sing forgiveness? Forgiveness is, how does it go? Forgiveness is all that
Is
like what?
saying
Is like saying
sorry.
Ah, here we go. Yasmin knows it. Forgiveness is like saying sorry.
No, like forgiveness.
Forgiveness what?
Forgiveness.
You got
Then
you got
no, you wait 3 seconds before you say anything. Like
forgiveness.
One Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi.
Is like saying sorry. Is that it? So we must forgive. We must forgive. You understanding? So it's a funny one, guys, because we expose people for their wrongdoing, but then we feel guilty and bad and want to say to them, "Oh, it's okay, don't worry." It's funny. It's defending is a weird thing, guys, because obviously the purpose of an Elvis channel is to play the music, to talk about the movies, talk about Elvis's good looks, personality, his charm, his the fact that he was a Christian man, loved gospel music. So we have lovely Elvis and all the good that he did for the world, for his friends, family, the way that he impacted the world, the way he changed the world. It's all very lovely, isn't it? It's, I don't know the right word. When Elvis was discovered, nothing was the same again. So people sort of, John Lennon said it, didn't he? John Lennon said, before Elvis there was nothing. Yeah, I think he said something like that. Anyway, you tell me, guys, in the comments. And I've heard a thing where John Lennon said that when Elvis came out of the army, he was gone. It was a completely different Elvis. I don't want to use the words John Lennon used, but you get the idea. So they say that the music pre-Elvis, so basically after World War II, pre-Elvis, so you've got the music in the late 40s, the early 50s. There's like a before and after, isn't it? So basically, you know, there's many different styles of music. I don't know them all, you know. We remember the Rat Pack, Sammy Davis Jr., Frank Sinatra, all the guys. So there was that was amazing, wasn't it? The Rat Pack was fantastic. I love the Rat Pack. I'm a big fan. My father was into the Rat Pack, big time. Dean Martin was amazing, wasn't he? Just that whole era. So I love that era, but that era. I love that era. But I will say this: as much as I love that music, Elvis comes along and gives it something completely modern for the teenagers. So even though Elvis had a massive backlash, the teenagers loved Elvis, this new rock and roll music, his version of it, his style, heavily influenced by rhythm and blues and jazz and many other things. Of course, even by the Rat Pack era, but many other Elvis was influenced by so many different styles of music. So he brought his version of everything to the masses, and Elvis gets a backlash from the TV, the media, but the teenagers they love it so much that they see past the backlash. It was almost like society wasn't ready for change, but the teenagers were. So you had the older generation were quite anti-rock and roll. Rock and roll was seen as anti-social, as what's the word for like delinquent. Yeah, even Frank Sinatra didn't like rock and roll. He wasn't a big fan of Elvis's influence on the teenagers. Said that it made them act unruly and rebellious, and I think he was right. But it wasn't just Elvis that was part of this. You had the James Dean impact, you had Marlon Brando, you know, and many other things. So Elvis really was a new beginning for the teenagers, an exciting, refreshing, great, like, world-changing experience for the teenager, I think. I would have loved to have been a teenager. I would have loved it. I would have loved to be a teenager in the 50s. So cool, with the leather jackets, the white t-shirt, the denim trousers rolled up, the blue suede type shoes, and just the whole rock and roll thing. You know, if we remember a bit later on, like the Fonz, after that, Grease, but then we've got a few, you know, Rebel Without a Cause with James Dean. I'm not in the right lane. I need to get in the right lane. So I was, even when I was a kid in the 70s, I was hooked on rock and roll. Hooked on it, all of it. The way they dressed, the way that the duck's ass hairstyle. I wore the rolled up jeans. I had a necktie. Do you remember those string ties? I can't remember. Is it called necktie? I can't remember what they're called. I would even wear coloured socks, bright yellow, no, bright green, bright pink.
What?
Yeah, in the rock and roll days, you rolled up your jeans so you could see your socks, and you would wear bright coloured socks. And you would wear really cool shoes. Some people called them blue suede shoes. Some people called them creepers. Is it? Right. So, right, we're nearly there, Yaz. So for me, anything rock and roll really heavily influenced me. Even though I was growing up in the 70s. So that's why I love the Fonz. When Grease came along in 78, was it? I was completely hooked. But it wasn't just that. You've got, there were some movies, I'm trying to remember. Is it American Graffiti? Is that it? There were just some rock and roll films that really got my attention. Yeah. And in England we had Cliff Richard, so even though he was massive in the late 50s and early 60s, Britain's version of Elvis, and then many other rock and roll singers. England loved rock and roll, didn't it? Yeah, England was a massive fan of rock and roll. They adored Elvis, of course. So for me, the whole thing, I was enveloped in rock and roll. Loved anything rock and roll. I definitely dressed, hair, jacket, shirt, t-shirt, jeans, shoes, socks, everything about me was rock and roll. Collar was always up, always turn the collar up. So how many of you were affected like that, guys? How many of you, when you discovered rock and roll, you just were different, you were never the same again? So I would always be searching for anything rock and roll, anything. many different bands that had that flavour. Is it up there? Is it up through there?
Keep going forward. Forwards.
And I was a bit of an oddball because my friends weren't all into rock and roll. Rock and roll wasn't the in thing. They were into different musics. Where are we going now? Around here. So you know, basically Rollers.
That way.
You had David Bowie. You had all the rock. You know, the rock and roll.
Keep going forward.
The rock star. You had so many different bands that were massive in the 70s. Yeah. That rock and roll was seen probably a bit cheesy, a bit old hat.
Keep going
I would
forward.
never call the 70s rock and roll.
Keep
Never.
going forwards.
Yeah, well, I don't want to run these people. They're having a good old chat, mate. Right, right.
Turn in that. There's fishing.
Where? Here.
Yeah.
Ah, right. I want you to be careful. Oh, there's no cars. It tells me you're a bit late. Right, we're here. We're going to drop Yasmin off.
No, like people drop their kids off and then
Yeah,
some people stay inside and then there's some people
Oh, they
go.
actually let people stay, do they?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Let me turn around first.
It's like a little waiting room.
Okay, right. Let me open this. Right, be careful getting out. You can leave Natalie.
You should have. I bring her.
Are you taking Natalie with you? Okay,
Yeah,
be
I'm allowed to bring. Like,
Right, be careful getting out. Love you.
I'm allowed to bring toy.
Alright, don't slam
Bye.
it too hard. Bye, guys. Say bye to Team Elvis.
Bye. Bye.
Okay.
My drink.
There we go. Right, love you. You're best. Mummy's coming to get you. You're beautiful. So, okay, guys. She's so lovely. Right. I'm such a lucky guy to have such lovely kids. Yasmin is 8. Let's just chat on the way back then, shall we, guys? So you get the thing. I was completely consumed by rock and roll. Now, of course, when Grease came out, so the 70s, rock and roll wasn't really a thing. Not for me. It was for me, but it wasn't for, you know, in the pop world, the charts and all that. Rock and roll wasn't really doing it. So then, obviously, Grease comes out. Now, Grease for me was very life-changing, and I'll tell you why. I watched Grease when it came to Bristol. We had to specially travel to Bristol to watch it for a special showing. Now, we knew Grease was coming because the songs were being released one at a time. I think the first one was You're the One That I Want. And Grease is the Word, I think was... I don't remember the exact order, but I remember Grease is the Word. Now, we didn't understand it. We were like, oh, Grease is the Word, what is that? Yeah? We didn't know about John Travolta, we didn't know about Olivia Newton-John. We knew the songs. Obviously, the name of the songs, the name of these people was on these songs, on these 45-inch records, yeah? So, do you remember the logo, the Grease logo? I didn't even know what Grease was. I didn't know it was a hair thing. So eventually, as the information starts to come out, we start to hear that there's a movie called Grease, and that's where these songs are coming from. So when I start learning that it's the theme of the movie is rock and roll, with me, this sort of awkward looking boy that dressed like Elvis when he was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, because I was dressing like Elvis even as a 5-year-old, 6-year-old, 7-year-old. I would have my collar up, I would have an Elvis bag, I was buying Elvis records and magazines. I had an Elvis posters on my wall, which wasn't popular in the 70s. So then when Grease came out, it was like, yes, suddenly everything I was into, everything was cool. Having your collar up, a denim jacket, or a leather jacket, wearing a white t-shirt with jeans, the bright coloured socks, the rock and roll shoes, you know, the creepers. So suddenly my whole look, obviously I had my hair all gelled, I used to use cream. Do any of you remember Brill Cream? So suddenly I was a cool kid. So 11 years old in 1978. when I went to see the film in Bristol, it was like a life-changing experience for me. I loved it. It was a 10 out of 10. It was I was mesmerized. As an 11-year-old boy, I was mesmerized by Grease and Danny Zuko and Sandy. The film was just wow. It was. I just wanted to watch it again and again and again. It lived up to all its expectations. Every song was a hit. I bought the album. We all remember the album sleeve, don't we, guys? The Grease album sleeve. Yeah. So for me, of age 11, age 12, which was Grease was still very, very popular. Age 11 and 12 in my school. For me, it really did make me the cool kid at school. I had the best looking girlfriend because I was into what was in. So Grease in England was a sensation. Everyone loved Grease. It doesn't matter what you were into, whether it was punk, mod, rock, you name it. Grease had its moment, had its time. So for me, probably one of the best years of my life being age 11, age 12, because the memories of those 2 years for me are very rock and roll. They're very, you know, do you understand what I'm saying, guys? So a lot of you are going to watch this later. I'm just having a chat as I drive home. So I wish I could go back there, guys. If I had a time machine, I would get in it and say, transport me to 1978, put me in Bristol, outside the cinema. Seriously, guys, put me in Bristol, outside the cinema. In that queue, there was a massive queue. Even the press were there because it was one of the first showings of Grease in England. We had to get a train there. So it wasn't shown in every town. You had to travel to the cities to watch it. So obviously London, Bristol. So I remember the queue. I remember everyone, the excitement, standing in that queue. And eventually we get in and we all sit down. And then you have the opening sequence of Grease is the Word. The guy with his funny hair. And it was then that I realised what Grease was. Yeah, that it was what they used for the hair, yeah. And I remember it like it was yesterday. The guy brushes his part, and then it's Danny Zuko. Love it, guys. Now we're in a traffic jam. So I'm not in a rush. We've made spaghetti. I've already made it. I've walked the dog. I've had 3 walks today. I've done a run. I've done a bit of weightlifting. I've done 3 live streams. I want to move off the topic because we are massively discussing people that betrayed Elvis, friends, family, ex-girlfriend, ex-wife. I sort of had enough of that topic now. I think we've really thrashed it out. We spent a whole week on it. So I do have this feeling of, right, come on, time to move on. I've got loads of topics lined up. Obviously, everything relates back to Elvis. Right now, off the top of my head, what would I like to talk about? That's a good point. I think what I'm going to do, all the things that I've stored up. So I've stored up about 50 different things. I've got a special storage part in my Facebook Messenger that I just use to store my my topics. A lot of the topics you guys send me, yeah. So don't know, guys. Don't know. Do you know what? We never do the army years. It's about time we did the army years. I was always fascinated with Elvis Presley in the army. Always loved it. The way that he looked, watching him get his hair cut. He just seems so normal. This rock and roll star who was the most famous man on the planet. You see him, I don't know, I can't remember the word for it, where they go in and check in and he meets the other soldiers They stand in line, they do a promise, don't they? The oath, whatever they call it. I think pretty sure mum and dad's there, and there's a girlfriend there, I can't remember. I'm trying to remember. I'm pretty sure it was Anita Wood, wasn't it, guys? Because he was with Anita then, wasn't he? I'm not sure, you tell me, guys. So I think you see Gladys and Vernon there. She does look worried. She looks worried. Some people say that Gladys felt like Elvis was going to war, even though he was going for basic training at first. She felt like he was going to war, which obviously wasn't true. And then you see him getting his hair cut. Eventually he gets his uniform. There's video footage out there that shows him setting up his bed, which, you know, where he was going to sleep and that. And he made some good friends, didn't he? Wasn't it Charlie Hodge and Joe Esposito? Aren't they the two that he met? Is there any others? I'm trying to remember. I read something that Charlie Hodge would hear Elvis crying himself to sleep because he was still grieving over his mother. So the truth is, Elvis going into the army, which did completely change his life, even more because he met Priscilla as well. And from what I know, he had a few girlfriends when he eventually went to Germany. He had 3 or 4 different girlfriends. I think he was even seeing the secretary. Was her name Stefan or something? I'm trying to remember. I'm just trying to remember these things, guys. But I actually think Elvis quite enjoyed the army. Obviously, it's weird because he lost his mum, so that's just crazy, yeah. But he pulls his socks up, makes the best of it. I think he made a lot of friends. I think he had a lot of life-changing experiences in the army. I think he looked back on it with good memories. I think he also couldn't wait to get out of there, get back to America, get on with GI Blues and do the Frank Sinatra show and get with RCA Victor and make some albums. I think he made a special Coming Home album. And I really liked GI Blues. I thought GI Blues was really good. I really liked the Frank Sinatra show. I loved it. Don't forget, Frank Sinatra was rumoured that he didn't like Elvis. But the other thing is, Nancy Sinatra meets Elvis coming out. Gives him a silk shirt from her father. People talk about romance with Nancy and Elvis. She says nothing happened. Obviously she was engaged, wasn't she? Was it to Tommy Sands, is that his name? She was engaged, but I've heard a few things from people that they would spend a lot of time together in the you know, on the movie sets, because obviously they did a film together, didn't they? Did they do more than one? They definitely did one film together. Was it Speedway? I don't know. They would be in the trailer quite a lot together. So I don't think anyone will ever really know if Nancy Sinatra and Elvis did do anything. Obviously they did on-screen kissing in the movie. She did say he was a great kisser. Now I've seen Nancy Sinatra's interviews. She always says nothing happened, but she really fancied him. But obviously she was engaged. She always speaks well of Elvis. Nancy Sinatra, like Anne Margaret, never trashes Elvis. Always speaks beautifully about him. She's a beautiful lady. She's still around, isn't she, guys? She got to know the real, true Elvis. I think some of these people that speak so well of Elvis, they really did get to know the real Elvis if Elvis let them. So Anne Margaret, 100% Anne Margaret got to know the real Elvis. Probably I would say the most popular of Elvis's girlfriends is Anne Margaret. Yep. Very loved, adored, a very talented, beautiful lady, very gifted, a great singer, a great dancer, a great actress. Just, she had it all. She had the package, and a very sexy lady as well. So, and big, you know, Aunt Margaret was very, very successful, wasn't she? Like, she was like the female Elvis. So in some ways did suit Elvis. Some of you guys say that Elvis didn't want to be with a career woman. I understand that, but do you know what? In my opinion, Aunt Margaret was much better for Elvis than Priscilla. Priscilla wasn't good for Elvis. Honestly, I honestly think that, guys. After all the research I've done, Priscilla wasn't right for Elvis. Seriously. She was, in my opinion, was a bit of a devil in disguise. She wasn't the settled person that he thought she was. I think in the early years when he first meets her, I do think he gets the feeling that she's quite sweet, quite innocent, a real home girl that wants to have kids and have a family. But I think very quickly Elvis realizes there's much more to Priscilla underneath the surface. Someone who did have ambitions, aspirations, someone that wanted her own fame, her own money, someone who wanted to be a female Elvis, some may say. So she wasn't right for Elvis. I don't think she wanted to be pregnant. Now I think she did want to marry him, but I think Priscilla saw marrying Elvis as exciting, and that if she married him, they could do a lot together, travel together. But I also think that when she was pregnant with Lisa Marie, that she couldn't do the things that she dreamed of doing. She felt that she had to stay home with Lisa, couldn't travel with Lisa, didn't want Lisa on the movie sets. So I think I've always thought Priscilla looked at as becoming pregnant as quite a negative thing. Doesn't this show in Lisa Marie's book, From Here to the Great Unknown? Lisa Marie didn't really feel loved. She felt unwanted by her mum Priscilla, which I think had a long-term effect on Lisa, which is why she puts it on her tapes. Yeah, on her tapes for the book that Riley Q finished. So it's very sad, actually. The relationship between Priscilla and Lisa does seem to me very sad. Very sad. Yeah. So anyway, I'm home now, guys. Thanks for the chat. Thanks for coming on this drive with me. We're in a Volkswagen T5.1 and it's a 2011 car. I've had it for 6 years. This is our family car. If it holds 7 people, so I use this if there's all seven of us in go on a trip. Or obviously, you know, we've just bought a new car, which is we have had problems with, which is bloody annoying, but saying the more. We're going on a trip on Sunday for Yasmin's dancing competition. It's quite a big competition. She's rehearsed and practiced for months and months for this. It's a 2.5-hour drive, so but we're not leaving till about 2 o'clock, I think, 1 or 2, so I'll still be able to do some lives. This is on Sunday, and we're staying overnight in a hotel, and then we're coming back in the morning. We're going to get up, have breakfast, and then come home. So it's just a little short adventure for me and the kids. Let me just stop. So is the wheel straight now? Yeah. Does it feel different? There should be no noises now.
There's a little bit like that.
Ah.
Yes.
The handbrake. Yeah. Just be careful with the gear change. No going over bumps. No going up and down curves. Did he tell you what the fault was with the? Thank you. Right, bye, love you. So my daughter crashed her car again. Well, went over some real horrible speed bumps. Did £500 worth of damage. So she's just picked the car up now. There is one more fault, so I'm going to see what it is. Should we have a look together at what the other fault was? So, you know, they go over the speed bumps and up and down the curbs like a go-kart. I have said to my daughter, you got to treat it right. You got to treat it right. You can't treat a car like a go-kart. So let's have a quick chat and a quick look. So what is the fault? So possible noise is coming from the shock. So what did they change? They changed the lower suspension arm and NS wheel bearing. Okay, guys, and the cost, well, it was £505 in total. Brake judders under braking, creaking noise coming from NSF, possible shock. So why does the brakes judder under braking? No idea. But it does say it is okay to drive. It does say it's okay to drive. Oh well, right, let's just see who's with us. Right, okay, well I hope you enjoyed the drive, guys. Let's have a look. Let me get a bit nearer to you. So who do we have here? Oh, I'm stuck. Ah. So who do we have here, guys? Let me go a bit higher. Who's with us? There's only 9 of you, but I know a lot of you will watch this later. Who is with us, guys? Who is with us? Say hello. Whoever you are, say hello. Say hello to my little friend. Deborah and Frederick. Yeah, not many on, guys. Teresa. How's it going, Frederick? Did you enjoy your McDonald's yesterday in, was it in, where were you? Were you in New York? New York, New York. A wonderful place. Debbie, hi Debbie. Hi Jane. So, yeah, I enjoyed that drive. It's quite nice. We're having spaghetti in a minute. Anyone else want to say hello? So, guys, I'm going to go in. I'm going to have to, yeah. Yes, you were in Albany, New York. I'm at the subway now. You like your takeaways, Frederick. You like your takeaways, don't you? So do I, actually. I like my doner kebab or a curry. We had a curry the other night. I love a curry. Quite like Chinese. If I had to pick a favourite, it'd probably be curry. Getting a 6-inch turkey cheese sub. Wow, that looks good. I wish I could eat bread. I'm not allowed bread. But I like a bit of turkey if it's well cooked. I like my turkey not stringy. All right, guys, gotta go. I'm gonna go and have some dinner. Oh, I love a Chinese. It's a bit keto. Did you know, Jane? Chinese is quite keto. There's a couple. Obviously, you got to leave out a few of the bits. So I'm gonna go, guys. I'm gonna have some dinner. I'm hungry. See you later, guys. Love you all.